Special presentation brought to you by WPEX-FM 90.9.
Hey, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Back here at Linhart Field, and welcome back, everybody. John Hart along with Robbie Hart and Tim up on top of the White Elephant, and he's operating the camera and playing color commentary. Say hello to everybody. Say hello to everybody, Tim.
How's everybody doing out there?
There he is. Well, a tough loss. If you tuned in just a while ago, or if you just tuned in, unfortunately, the Blackstone got beat by Prince Edward Farmville. We always know Prince Edward Farmville's tough by only 1 run. And
what a heartbreaker.
It came right down to the last hit. Poor RD almost hit it over. Didn't quite get that far, and they come up with Prince Edward came up with a win.
Well, that game's done. Now we got a very interesting game here.
Yep.
This is going to be a game of Charlotte versus Dinwiddie National All-Star. 2 teams that have traditionally been very, very powerful.
Well, Cody Carson is going to be up for Charlotte, and of course Zach Maitland.
Yep.
He will be starting off pitching. So now here we go. Winding up, he pitches
hard,
and a hard hit ball, and that's going to go into the left field, or right field rather. That's going to be in there for a base hit right off the bat.
I guess if you're Charlotte, it's how you want to start right away.
Oh, yeah.
1 good hit, one chop.
Charlotte last year went all the way to the World Series in this league. Almost won the World Series.
I wish the umpire wouldn't stand in the middle of my camera.
Boy, here comes down the next pitch. And that was going to be in there for ball number 1.
This is Taylor Amos. I think I got the name right. Taylor Amos. We apologize if we get the names wrong every now and then, guys. Anyways, here comes Maitland. Winds up the pitch, throws it in there. Good hard hit to the first base line, but it will
go foul.
Yeah.
And it did. It went right to the right of first,
That was
but
close,
not by much.
Oh, yeah. It was very, very, very close.
Again, both these teams very powerful teams. I kind of feel sorry for Blackstone, who has Blackstone and Farmville is going to face him tomorrow. More of Blackstone, though.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, 1-1 now is the count. Here comes down the pitch. That ball is going to be high. That's in there for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. One run aboard right now for the Charlotte County. Here comes Maitland now, winds up and pitches, swing and a miss. Actually, not a miss, foul back. That brings the count 2-2. Charlotte County starting off good so far with a nice base hit. Maitland now for Dinwiddie National, winds up, pitches, a swing and a miss. That'll be for the 3rd and final strike, and that will be out in number 1.
And Carson over there on first base, a go-ahead run. I'm sure Charlotte will love to get their first run here and start the game off.
This will be Josh Jones coming up.
Maitland
winds up. Here comes down a pitch. That's in there for ball 1.
That looked close, so I got to say.
Yeah.
As we
by much.
That's right, Tim. And as we've seen, umpires really starting to narrow that strike zone down.
Except for when he was pitching against Blackstone.
Except for that one that was pitching.
2. There's 2 of them there.
2 bad pitches. Hard hit ball. That's going to go right field, and it is out of here. I got to tell you, Robbie, how many times have we seen Charlotte always knocking the ball out? Wow.
That's Charlotte for you. I mean, that's the type of team they are. They hit. I mean, no doubt about it. Charlotte hits the ball.
Charlotte usually has the best team in the county. They said they didn't. Some rumor had it they didn't have quite as good team as they did last year. Maybe they don't, but they got it good enough that they sailed that one and take a 2-run lead over Dinwiddie Nationals.
That brings up Mr. Nick Zumbro. I recognize that name from last year. Coming up.
Maitland now winds up. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss.
You know, if you're a Dinwiddie, you need to calm down. This is going to be a tough fight, but you're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination here.
So the count is no balls and one strike. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. In there for strike number 2.
Good boy, buddy. Keep going. You got it.
No balls and 2 strike now. Maitland will now look down the pike. He's got a hit of his batters now. Here comes the pitch. And this one's a hard hit ball. This one will drop in for a nice base hit to left field. He will field it, throw it to second base, and another runner on board for Charlotte. And that will bring up, is this Goldman? I think it is.
I have Goldman,
yep.
Kendrick Goldman.
Yep. So here comes out the pitch, and this one's a hard hit ball.
And it's just hit.
Yep.
I mean, poor Dinwiddie Nashville doesn't know what hit him this time. I got to see.
They're very, very, very well-disciplined team up at the plate. Very, very good hitters.
Got a great coaching staff. Can't wait to see what their pitching looks like. Maitland can't either. He likes to get these guys out. That one's a foul back. And so far, every pitcher that's gotten up there has hit the ball like mad except one that struck out.
Yep.
So
that definitely left a dent.
Yep, no ball and 1 strike. Charlotte County now leads 2-0. Runners on first and second for Charlotte. Here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to be a foul back. Strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes.
Christian Reed at the bat now. I wonder if he's any relation to the Reed from last year.
Well, I tell you what, I saw his dad out there, and I think he is.
You got him this time.
Here comes down the wind up, the pitch. That's in there for ball 1.
That was close. That looked like a strike to me, guys. I got to be honest with you.
It looked like from both the camera views I have up here.
Here comes the wind up. Here comes the pitch. And that is going to be in there for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Maitland, everything he's throwing, Charlotte's just about hit out of the park. Here comes the next pitch. That one's going to be very low, bad pitch. That brings up full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Throw that ball, baby.
They have only 1 out. A walk here will load up the bases for Charlotte County. Maitland, Dinwiddie National winds up pitch. And that one's going to be ball 4. And that just happened. Run first, second, and third, and that loads the bases up.
Not starting out good for National. They seem to have They seem to be having a lot of problems here in this first inning. Can't get the outs.
And that brings up Christian Reed.
All right, here goes Coach. Talk to that pitcher. Calm down.
Christian Reed just walked.
Oh, is that Christian Reed that walked?
Yeah, you're right. I think he needs to sit down, talk to him, calm him down.
Well, you know, get a runner on, sail one out of the park. That makes it 2-0, and it just, just like that happens.
Yep.
Especially 1 out in the game.
It was just, with only 1 out. What can you say?
It's tough. That's all there's to it.
Maitland, though, I've seen him pitch last year, and actually Maitland is not looking quite as fast as he did last year to me. Maybe it's my imagination, though.
They seem to be kind of having their way with him right now. I mean, poor Maitland can't do anything out there to save his life today.
Maitland now winds up. Here comes down the pitch. And this was a high fly ball. This should be able to feel it. He calls it. It's out. People will tag up, and now 1 run will come in. They will advance around. That's 3-0 in favor of Charlotte.
Let's go, Nick.
At bat number 12, Taylor Mann.
So already, just like that, 3-0.
Oh, great. We got a lefty up.
All right, take it down. Shut this one down. Come on in.
We'll see what Mann can do. Maitland now looks for Dinwiddie. He trail 3-0. Or here comes a hard hit ball. That will fall in the hole. 1 run will score. And that will put runners on first and second. They got 2 outs, but that makes it 4-0.
Now batting number 14.
I guess
Carter Strickland.
Taylor Mann was a man, wasn't he?
No kidding.
That was a hard hit ball.
And this is getting away from poor Dinwiddie really, really fast here. And they're just seeing the game evaporate before their eyes in slow motion.
Here comes down a pitch.
Strike.
And now being there for strike number 1. Well, Charlotte County, they usually bring in most of their travel ball team to play in these tournaments. Here comes the next pitch. And that's why even the last 4 or 5 years they've been almost unstoppable. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. 4-0 they lead. Dinwiddie hadn't even got up to bat yet. Here comes the windup and the pitch. High, and that's going to be in there for ball 2.
Take your time.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Hit that mitt.
2-1. Here comes down a pitch. That's going to be in there for strike number 2. Maitland's all suddenly find himself starting to pitch a lot of pitches.
He's already up to 24 pitches, but here's the thing. He's just been hitting them to death. I mean, anything he throws a strike, he gets nailed.
Yep, strike number 3. Didn't get that one. That will bring up 2 men left on base. We got, and 4 runs will score. So we go to the bottom of the first. It's 4-0. Favorite Charlotte County over Dinwiddie Nationals. We'll be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
Nurse, set up an IV. And you, her boyfriend. You were the driver?
Yes, doctor, but I didn't mean to hurt her. I only had a few drinks. I was just buzzed.
Just buzzed? Oh, then your girlfriend is fine.
Hey, sweetie. I feel great.
She's really okay?
What, are you kidding? No, not really. Nurse, get me a suture kit. Stat.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
All right, we're back here at Linhart Field, and Dinwiddie County will come up, and Dinwiddie Nationals rather will come up, and they will bat.
And it's trailing 4-0 here in the bottom of the first.
That's Tim up on top of the White Elephant. Here comes, just warming up, and boy, already just by looking at Charlotte County, they're kind of looking at like the old South.
Number 11, Zach
Oh, they really came out here to hit. They came out here definitely to hit there, John.
Yeah, the trouble is they're usually that good in the field.
The big kid up there on the mound.
Zach Maitland will be up to bat first. Here comes down the pitch. Hard hit ball. That will go into center field. Nice base hit. That puts the go-ahead, the run, not the go-ahead run, but the run right on first base.
That lead hitter, yeah. That lead batter on base, so important.
Good hit. Clean shot.
And that's what Dinwiddie needs to do.
Yep. Start chipping away that lead there.
That was a nice hard hit.
Yep.
Right up the gut.
Daughter is the pitcher for Charlotte. Now looks, lines up. Here comes the pitch. One right down the middle, and there for strike number 1. One thing Charlotte has also had throughout the years is good pitching.
Yeah, they have been very good at that. It's helped them quite a bit.
Yep. Here comes out the pitch, and this one's going to be foul ball, and that's in there for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But see, when you get good coaching, along with a decent hit, and you got something going.
Yeah.
Here comes now. That pitch was really not good. That was kind of high. Tried to throw the guy out at Maitland out at first base. Didn't get him, though. Maitland dove back. And that'll be in there for still strike number 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stoddard now winds up, pitches, and that one's going to be fouled back. Actually hit the guy's ankle right in the batter's box, so that'll still count, remain 1 ball and 2 strikes.
See it, man. Give him a shot.
Here comes down the pitch, and that one's going to be in there for ball number 2, and the count goes 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Wallace would like to get something going here. Wind up, here comes the pitch, and this was a hard hit ball. He got a hold of this one. It is out of here, and it is gone. Wow, what a hit by Wallace. And that will get back 2 of them, and that brings the score to, cuts that score to 4-2. And Wallace just got a hold of it.
He was patient and went with the pitch.
And that ball went right down the middle, too, and he's just able to sail it out of here.
Kept his head down on the ball and went with it.
4-2 now is the score as that cuts it down. Here comes the windup in the pitch. That one's going to be end up being low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. No runners on with that home run. That clears the bases out. Here comes now Daughter with a pitch. And that one's going to be inside ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So 4-2 now is the score. Here comes the next pitch. And that one is going there as a strike. And that brings a strike in there for 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes now the pitch. Low, ball number 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 now is the count. Daughter now looks. Winds up the pitch. Here it comes. And it's a hard hit ball. And it gets through the third baseman. And Lewis will get on base.
Keep it going.
That'll bring up Ethan Loud. And he represents the tied up score, or the tie and run rather, is at home plate. They have no outs too, so Dinwiddie is now coming out and showing some very, very good hitting skills. Stoddard now looks, he winds up, here comes the pitch. That one's going to be low, and that's in there for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes.
You got to admit, the hitting teams on these hitting squads and these 2 teams have just been doing an amazing job.
Oh, yeah. They're just base it.
They're eating pitchers for lunch. Hate to say that.
And the trouble is, Blackstone's got to play one of these teams tomorrow, and they're going to have to really be on their best pitching behavior if they're going to hang with them.
It's easy. Just throw strikes.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Got to throw strikes. 1 ball and no strikes, though, is the count, and I was kind of talking about it a little bit. Okay, here comes Daughter now. Lewis on first base. Here comes the windup, and that one's going to be low, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Good shot, Ethan.
Did he call that one a strike?
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, my goodness.
There's number 2.
That was another strike.
That was a curveball right there.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes down the wind up and the pitch by Daughter. And that one looked like another curve, but that one missed. Now bring up full count.
2-2.
2-2.
2-2. That is not full count.
How did I get messed up on that count? I don't
I'm not
know.
really sure.
Here comes down the pitch. And that one's in there. And now it brings up full count.
Okay, you're right now.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
They say a stop clock is right twice a day.
You know, that's a good point. Here comes down the pitch from Daughter. That one's way low, ball 4. And now Dinwiddie, down by only 2 with no outs, got runners on first and second. Dinwiddie started chipping back with a nice home run earlier.
Yeah, they've been chipping away at them slowly but surely.
Yeah, especially we have no outs in this inning.
All right, here comes the windup and the pitch.
Strike, got him on.
And he called him a strike. And that looked like a good one, couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
Hit that outside corner.
No balls and 1 strike. Here comes the windup, the pitch by Daughter. That was way low.
There's the runner.
And the runner will go to third. They will triumph.
Fastball.
And he didn't take the opportunity to get home on that one. I think he could have probably made it.
I think he made it
only
too.
if he reacted very quickly. Well, anyway, that puts runners on first and second, takes out the force. Dinwiddie Nationals are in good positions, rather. 1-1 is the count. Here comes Daughter with a pitch. That one's going to be low. And that brings up 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 balls? Sure. Oh, yeah, I missed that last
Yep,
one.
2-1.
My fault. I had to keep on the scoreboard. I can't see a scoreboard to reference to, so I'm to get a little off.
Wind up and the pitch.
Oh, right in the hand.
And boy, that's going to load up the bases. Here's the trouble. You're loading up the bases.
No outs.
Yep. I guess they misread from a year ago, don't they?
Yeah.
And Vassler.
But
on that part.
you got Mr. Thomas Sanchez coming up, and we'll see how he does.
I'll tell you, they're making a pitching change right now.
You know, there is still no outs on the board.
Yeah.
We can see a very, very high scoring game today. You know that?
Well, Tyler Amos, is he almost a pitcher? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to take just one little break. We're going to be right back on the Southside Sports Network, folks. Do not go away.
Nurse, set up an IV. And you, her boyfriend, you were the driver?
Yes, doctor, but I didn't mean to hurt her. I only had a few drinks. I was just buzzed.
Just buzzed? Oh, then your girlfriend is fine.
Hey, sweetie. I feel great.
She's really okay?
What, are you kidding? No, not really. Nurse, get me a suture kit. Stat.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
And we're back here on the Southside Sports Network. I'm John Hart, doing the play-by-play. Here is Robbie next to me. He's trying to do whatever he does. Color commentary switcher. Him on top of the white elephant.
Hey, why is there's a kid that's shaking our camera. I'm gonna throw something at him. That's what
Tim, what do you think about the pitching change?
I think it is the wrong move.
Hey Tim, zoom in on that guy out there by my outfield camera. I want to get his face for I just want to let you know right there, kiddo. I'm watching you shaking my camera out there.
We're gonna put him on.
I can see you.
There he is. Gonna put him on a wanted poster.
You're messing my camera. Stop that. Stop moving the fence, guy. You're killing me here. Okay, I guess we're ready to play the game. And
he's as bad. Remember, hey,
do me a favor. Go ahead and tell him to stop shaking the fence.
We're going to send Josh Bond.
Send Josh.
Hey, we'll send Matthew out there.
There you go.
I'd be scared. Okay. Here comes Amos with a pitch. He pitched it in there for strike number 1.
Go on your speed.
By the way, those shakes you see the camera is not
right there, tail in to lay off the fence. He's shaking our camera.
By the way, just folks, there's
we got an unwanted kid out there trying to shake the fence.
That's pretty hard, you know.
1 ball and 1 strike.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Coach.
He was driving us insane there. It was
he was shaking that camera out there.
Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. It's in there for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I gotta say, Amos is coming in and done a really good job for Charlotte there. I thought they were kind of in trouble, but he's looked like he's containing them pretty good.
Well, the thing of it is, that's one pitch, and Dinwiddie's playing great small ball right now, and that's all that matters. They're getting them singles, and that's what's going to score these runs and put them ahead in this game, especially bases loaded with no outs.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. That went down in the home plate. Everybody's kind of threatening to go, but goes back to their prospective bases, and that's going to be in there for full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Tim, you just brought that point up. You can see what's happening.
Yeah.
So with 3 balls and 2 strikes, full count. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. That brings out the first out with strike number 3.
Now batting number 20,
That brings up
according to my list, I got Toby Puckett. Toby Puckett to bat now.
Toby Puckett will be up.
Another lefty.
Another lefty. Here comes the pitch. That was an error for strike number 1.
Come on, Toby. You're driving on something, babe.
Wind up now. Here comes down the pitch. And that one is going to be outside. That's in there for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That was a little high that time.
Yeah, that was high inside. Handcuffed him.
Yep.
So Toby winds up the pitch. Foul back, kind of into the back catching net there. One thing here at Leonard Field, they got nets that look like something that you would see at a golf course. Keeps you from protecting and protects the crowd. Good idea. Here comes another pitch, a changeup, strike number 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
No, that's strikeout.
That's a strikeout.
That's a strikeout, bud. See, now you got 2 people giving you a hard time instead of just 1.
Well,
Isn't it great?
I can't see Jack from here. I'm sorry about that.
There's a big old coach in the way. You can always look at my screen, you know.
There is. He's right in the way.
Although there's a player in my way now. That's
all right, here comes down the pitch.
I break it?
No.
Negative.
Ball 1.
That camera number 3 that I got on the actual batter, you guys should be able to see that one pretty good because I got it right there on him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't use that during pitches.
Here comes down the pitch. That's in there for strike number 1.
All right, now you know what
1 ball and 1 strike now is the count. With 2 outs, it's 4-2, and bases are loaded. Boy, Nationals need to get somebody in here. Here comes the pitch. And that one's going to be almost, that was close. Now bring up ball number 2, 2 in balls and 1 strike. Here comes down the pitch. And a swing and a miss.
And you gotta admit, Amos has come in and just done a very good job for Charlotte here.
Yeah, well, they've helped him a lot, too, because that was another ball.
Yeah.
2-2 is the count. You got 2 outs. Important pitch here. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball, but it's going to go to the right field. It's going to be foul ball. Not quite out of play, but and if that ball actually would have came down, it may have been trouble right there in right field.
Yeah, because that would have dropped in the hole. That would have definitely dropped in the hole there.
Well, the count will go 2-2 here.
I guess they only got 4-2, not 5-2.
No, 2-2 is the count.
No, I'm sorry.
And that was going to be strike number 3, and that retires the side.
Oh, he really took him out of that jam.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that was a tough one.
That was a big jam. No outs, bases loaded.
Yep. Well, 3 men left on, so now as we go ahead to the top of the second, it is 4-2 in favor of Charlotte. We'll be right back right after these messages.
These are not ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here at Leonard Field in lovely Lunenburg, Virginia.
And it's going to get kind of dark here. I think the sun is starting to set on us.
Dinwiddie Nationals are going up against Charlotte. Charlotte leading right now, 4-2. While the sun actually behind the clouds. Looks like we may have a storm coming up.
Another one?
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah, well, they're calling later on tonight that we're supposed to really get the big front, about 2,300 tonight.
All right, here comes the pitch from Maitland. That's in there. A nice pitch, actually, for strike one.
And we just got a hand to these two teams. Their hitting squads are just simply amazing today.
Yeah, they're lights
here
out.
Comes the next pitch. And that's going to be low for ball one. Always have been, though. Charlotte and Dinwiddie National both are tough teams.
Oh, yeah. Winner, of course, this goes and plays Farmville tomorrow.
Yep. Here's the trouble. That's going to be in there for ball two. But you know what? I think Farmville used up their best pitcher, which is Matthew Fitz.
Yeah.
And they're going to, that's going to be interesting how that's going to turn out. Here comes now the pitch. That's going to be in there for strike number two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thing is, I don't know if Maitland is their number one pitcher. Hard hit ball now right in the hole. That'll go to the center field. He'll grab it and throw it back to second base. Big number 10.
Starts out well. That's that was Matthew Myers.
Yep.
Matt Myers. Hunter Hartley up to bat now for the Hunter Harley up to bat now for the Charlotte team.
Yep. And they're in their subs right now. Here comes the next pitch. A nice bunt.
Yeah,
boy, what a nice bunt. He's going to make it.
Oh, he got it.
Yep. I saw that play coming all the way. And that puts runners on first and second with no out for Charlotte. I'll bring up John Walker. He will be coming up.
At bat number 21,
and then that brings up the top of the batting order for Charlotte. And the trouble is they'll bring up with no outs if he gets on board. And maybe with bases loaded. So they got to get this. Maitland's got to do something and get this guy out right here. All right, here comes Maitland now. Wind up. Runners on first and second for Charlotte. They lead 4-2. Here comes now the pitch. Way high, and that's in there for ball one.
That's where it explode. Come on in there.
You don't want to walk your subs in. Last thing you want to do, and then have the top of your lineup come in and just knock you out of the park. Here comes the next pitch. Hard hit ball. And, boy, that would have been real trouble if that was straight. That went into deep left field, but it went foul.
Yeah, I tracked that thing all the way, too.
I don't know if it would have gone over, and the left fielder got over there pretty quick. He may have been able to make a play out of that, but
it would have been over his head.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
It was a hard hit ball with no doubt. Well, that'll bring up a 1-1 count. So even Charlotte's subs are almost hitting it out of the park. All right, here comes the windup and the pitch. He fakes that bunt. He didn't get that thing back. The pitch was good. Yeah. And now I'll bring up 2 strikes, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's no outs. Runners on first, second. Here comes the pitch. Hard hit ball. And that was angled. Go right to the center fielder. He will try and get him out.
Got him out in second.
They got him out in second. Wow, what a nice play. And a nice throw by the center fielder.
Bring it in there. That's what he catches.
Now bring up an important first out. Wow.
That was a heck of a throw by that center fielder.
That was a good throw.
And you know what?
And that brings up now Charlotte to the top of the batting order.
Coach will come out and talk to Maitland, and they're going to
change pitches.
And this is going to be interesting. At least one good thing for Blackstone, we're getting a good look at their pitching staff.
Oh, yeah.
That's one way to think of
it. Now, we know Maitland was actually one of their top pitchers. Anyway, we're going to be right back, take a quick break while this pitcher warms up right here on the South Side Sports Radio Network.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
Okay, back here at Linhart Field here in Lunenburg. Clouding up a little bit. Clouds kind of moving in. Looks like a storm kind of maybe moving in from the west. Been here many a time and seen many of storm come through here, Robbie, about this time. And thank God we're in a white elephant.
Yeah, just what we need, more thunderstorms.
Yeah. You guys are in there. I'm up top.
Yeah, it's like for you. I got to say, I'm going to hand you a piece of metal. You can hold it up like a lightning rod.
Well, I guess this is going to be Cody Carson, and that brings up the bulk and the top of their lineup.
Yeah. That's probably why they pulled him out there, huh? That kid's back.
This will be Wallace pitching, I think.
Go.
Yeah. Wallace is up on the mound for Dinwiddie Nationals. Okay, here comes the top lineup. Here comes the pitch. Way low, ball one.
That wasn't impressive.
Runner will take second base as he trots down. Tries to force the runner off at third, but nothing doing.
Hope that's just initial jitters there. Got to get it out of their system.
1 ball and no strikes. Wallace winds up now. Here comes the pitch. That one's a low one again. Ball number 2. And boy, I tell you, poor Maitland had to take him out, and it didn't even hardly get out of the first inning. Second inning, I guess. Here comes the pitch, and that one came way inside. They called out a strike.
It was right there, yeah.
I thought that was inside, but a lot of you.
It is right there on that inside corner.
Wow.
Well, I think Carson though did a good job of dancing and faking that one around. Here comes the pitch. That one was outside. That's going to be in for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Wallace has kind of come out being a little bit rusty, I think. Maitland started out pitching for them. Here comes out a pitch, a hard hit ball. And this one's going to sail right up the middle. Run will score. Now be 5-2. And all that did is just advance runners around. Nice single base hit by Carson. And now here comes Tyler Amos, and he's pitching for Charlotte when he's on defense. This is Charlotte's second time around. We're already only in the second inning. Wallace will wind up. Here comes down the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's in there for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike.
Oh, they called that a foul ball. They're sending that runner back to first.
Well, whatever difference that will make, though.
It stops that runner.
Yeah, it does.
I hear that thunder.
Uh-oh.
Here comes down the wind up in the pitch. And that was some sort of a curveball that absolutely didn't. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That thing kind of, is that a curveball?
Yeah, yes it was.
Oh, that was a pretty bad curveball. It's no offense, I don't want to say, but I got to call it like I see it. Well, anyway, that brings up 1-1 count with 1 out. Here comes down the pitch. And that looked like some sort of a breaking ball. I couldn't tell what. At any rate, that brings up strike number 2.
I think it hits one's car.
No, almost. It almost hit the ambulance.
I can tell. They got the emergency vehicles now. Again, this is not a good place to park over here.
No, it is not.
I don't know why you would ever park over here on the right side. I mean, you must be insane.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. And that is a foul back, and the count still remains the same. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here we are in the second inning, top of the second to be exact. Charlotte's got a 5-2 lead. As you saw in the Blackstone game, you never can tell. 1 good hit
could open it wide up.
It can open it wide open. Here comes down the pitch. Here comes out a pitch. It will go right directly to the first base. Gets him out. And actually a nice play. Throwing it back to the catcher and keeping that run from going in.
Now batting number 8, Josh Jones.
That's heads-up baseball.
Yep. That brings up 2 outs. That was actually a very good defensive play.
Yeah, because first he looked at that runner at third and it stopped him, and then threw it to first.
And threw it first with a lot of authority, and of course Lyle on first base was able to throw it back to the catcher and keep that runner from coming in.
Yeah, very good play there by Charlotte.
Yep.
Or Dinwiddie.
I'm sorry. I didn't get these teams. I confuse these. You got to realize that. This brings up Josh Jones to bat now for the Charlotte team.
And Robbie, if you will take over play-by-play, I need to take care of a little business for you. So if you'll take over play-by-play, I appreciate it.
Okay, and that one was a little bit low for ball number 1, I believe.
Yes, it is. Ball 1.
So I got Tim to help me. I'm good to go. Josh Jones made that nice home run earlier, so he's hoping to capitalize and do a little bit more. Anyway, here comes the windup. That was looked like he was right in there.
That looked pretty darn good. I think
but
he
it's
just
a ball,
missed barely.
so hey, our opinions don't count much, do they?
Yep, exactly.
So that's a 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second here. Charlotte with a nice little 5-2 lead. Here comes a pitch. That one was in there again, but you know what? That one apparently
it's just
was
missing,
another ball.
just missing outside, I guess.
You think it's catching that left corner, huh?
Yeah, just missing barely.
Close. Well, here comes Joe's throw it again. Here comes the throw. That one looked like it was a little bit outside for sure that time, and no doubt about that one.
I'll tell you, and they got the meat and potatoes of this lineup up right now also.
Okay.
So you definitely don't want to leave it hot.
No, not if you can help it. That brings up Nick Zumbro, who's 1-0 today with a nice single, and got on base there back in the first inning. Went on to score one of Charlotte's runs as well. Here comes the throw from Cole. And that one ends up being a little bit of a bunt right on the, not a bunt, but a hit right on the handle. And
that's a nice handcuff pitch.
Yeah, it goes right up and right back in for a foul and strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. So Wallace actually doing a pretty good job here against this very powerful Charlotte team. That throw went into the plate, bounced up in the catcher's glove, and that's going to be a ball. So
that's a great stop by that catcher.
Yeah, that got away from him. That would have been probably a run coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, we have, I think, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yep,
and 2
1
outs.
and 1. 1 and 1's count.
Throw that one in there, and that's going to be a good strike. He swung at that one, got nothing but air. That's now you have 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He really overpowered him with that pitch right there. That batter wasn't expecting that hard throw.
He went for that nice slow one. It just kind of went right in on him, huh? Anyways, here's a setup, the wind-up. Explodes off the mound, and that one exploded into the poor batter's head for a hit.
Oh, no.
It must have hit the bat.
He called foul ball.
Wow. I bet you Nick there feels robbed on that one.
Did he duck on time for that?
He ducked, but it must have got a hold of his bat when he ducked.
I bring up 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the lights come on here.
They're going to have a talk.
And they're going to stop and have a talk just to see if they can get his head together a little bit.
Well, no, the umpires have a talk.
Just to make sure that it was hit the bat.
It looked to me like it hit his head, but it must have bounced hit the bat at the same time, too.
It looked like it hit the bat from up here.
Oh, really? It's kind of fast, and it's hard for me to tell.
Well, let's see. They make up their mind. What are they going to do?
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely rewind it because I got a camera on it.
Somebody's clapping, but I don't know what that means.
He's staying there.
They got together and did the right thing, got that right call.
Gotcha. Anyways, can I turn it back over to you now?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to try to do 3 things in one now. It's tough, you know. I had to do a whole game.
Thanks a lot. Wallace winds up now. Pitch. Against strike number 3, and Dinwiddie gets to come in and bat. So it's 5-2 in favor of Charlotte. Dinwiddie coming up to bat. We will be right back right after these messages.
That pitcher really came in.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
What does your world sound like? It's geography, the music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
Back here at Lynn Hard Field in Blackstone, Virginia, and a 5-2 game here. Charlotte going up against the Dinwiddie Nationals in the Major League tournament here.
Well, I tell you what, Dinwiddie did dodge a bullet there that last inning.
Yes, they most certainly did.
All right, here comes the windup, and this one's going to be foul back.
I tell you, Dinwiddie's right on top of these pitchers.
Yeah,
they're a good hitting team also.
Oh yeah,
real good hitting team.
I think what you're seeing, I think last year Dinwiddie Charlotte had it on both sides of the plate. They were great pitching, great defense teams, and great hitting teams. This year, both teams seem to excel in their hitting, but their defense has lacked a little bit.
And one's going to be in there a little high for ball number one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dinwiddie needs to get some runners on base. Swing and a miss, strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No runners on right now. Here comes the next pitch, a changeup. That's swing and a miss. I'll be in there for strike number 1. Now bring up the first out. Out number 1. Or strike number 3, rather. Out number 1.
You get these numbers eventually. They're tough sometimes.
Little tired. Got up, couldn't sleep this morning thinking about all this at 4 o'clock this morning. Finally getting ready. Nice to get all this going. All right, here comes now. Amos Brown winds up and pitches. That's going to be high. That's going to be in there for ball 1.
This is John Thomas Davis at the bat now, center fielder for the Dinwiddie National squad.
Here comes the next pitch. That's going to be actually out, a little bit outside. That brings up ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes. No runners on. They got 1 out. 5-2. Charlotte's winning. Over Prince Edward Farmville. Almost winds up. Kind of overhands it. Charlotte does. Overhands it and ends up being another ball. 3 balls and no strikes.
3 in a row he's thrown there.
Here comes down the pitch, and he calls that one a ball 4. That's a base on balls. So that puts Davis on first base, and Dinwiddie is now got their leadoff runner on board.
I tell you, it's not looking too pretty out there in them clouds coming in.
Ain't looking too pretty for our broadcast guys that are over there either. Because they don't have nothing to get into. Anyway, that'll be ball 1. Here comes down the next pitch. And this one's going to be a chop ball that goes foul. Oh, Lord. 1 ball and 1 strike. What can you say? The 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. A lot of ones up there, except 5-2. Charlotte leading over Dinwiddie Nationals. Now here comes the windup. Amos winds up, and this one's going to be a pop-up. Well, is it going to be out of play? And the count's going to remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jenny, I'm going to lean against your chair here because my feet are getting tired.
Thanks, buddy.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes now is the count, but all of a sudden they take a quick time. Yep.
He's going to have him throw a screwball.
Well, be.
Maybe.
Yes. Screwball.
I know a couple screwballs.
All right, here comes the wind up in the pitch.
Beautiful
that one
curve.
goes. Yep, that gets in there for a strike. 2-2 is a count.
Oh, strikes him out. That's the ball. It one ball. One ball, two strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. It was
Yep, 2-2. Here comes down the pitch. That's a foul back. Count remains 2-2.
Way to hang it up.
Lunenburg will be facing who, Robbie?
That'll be goes Dinwiddie American.
Yep. That'll be the game following this one. That'll be our third and final game tonight. Here comes the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's strike number 3, and that brings up our second out.
That is weather permitting.
That is weather's permitting.
Yeah, but I've said before, they'll try to do this game almost any way they can.
So let's see what Brian can do. He's going to foul that one back, and it'll be in there for strike number 1. Well, listen to that motorcycle go.
I think this is Zach Maitland, isn't it?
No, I think it's Brian. Anyway, whatever it is, it's in there for strike number 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Maybe it is Maitland. All right, here comes out the pitch. Foul back. Ryan. I'm not Brian, it's Ryan. Damn, he's a sub.
But Ryan just struck out, I thought.
No, he's number 9. Ryan's up the bat.
Someone just struck out then.
Yep.
Yes, they did.
Well, that should have been Nick.
Okay,
well, anyway, we'll see. 2-2 now is the count with 2 outs. So here comes the big pitch. Here it is. It's going to be way low, and it's going to be in there for ball number 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I know what the problem is. What's Nick's last name?
2 balls and 1 strike, and 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Strike number 3, and that will take out the third and the final batter, and that is the third and final out. 1 man left on. Unfortunately, they couldn't get him in. It's 5-2 in favor of Charlotte County over Dinwiddie Nationals. We will be right back right after these messages.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
Clean up batter.
All right, back here at Linhart Field, here comes now the pitch. And it is going to be in there for ball 1. Wallace will remain in as pitching for Dinwiddie. That's Dinwiddie Nationals. American play Lunenburg coming up next. Here comes now the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike number 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. By the way, I think this is Reed that's up. Here comes now the pitch, way low, and it's in there for ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Dinwiddie's not out of this ball game by a long shot. One thing they're going to have to do, they're going to have to start getting the stick on the ball and getting their men around it to get on board. Nothing they can't hit. You know, here comes down the pitch. That one's going to be high, and that's going to be in here for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. But as we know, it's like the Blackstone game we saw earlier, lead could change real quick. We thought Blackstone was out of it, and Josh Bond gets a home run with 2 runners on, and that'll be ball 4. That puts a Charlotte on board, or 1 runner for Charlotte on board. Josh Bond is in the broadcast booth with us. He's still dreaming about that home run he hit. He liked that one. First all-star home run, by the way. There it comes down the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's in there for strike number 1. And I believe this is
Christian Reed. This is Christian Reed.
All right. Dodder will be on deck. And there's a runner. Will go down second. They're going to try to get him. Nothing doing.
Let's win it back.
So the runner will be safe at second base. Reed will still remaining as batter. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count here at the bottom, or actually the top of the 3rd. So Wallace now looks. He nods his head okay. Here comes down the pitch. Way high. Oh, boy. Got away from him that time. 2 balls and 1 strike. Don't need to be walking anybody now and let this game get too far away from you.
Exactly, because the game's still close within reach.
Swing and a miss. That ball was low, but that bring up a count of 2-2. Wallace says that looking a little bit better. I like that. So now he's 1 strike away from retiring the batter. Here comes now the pitch. And that one's way inside. In fact, it hit his arm. And he is holding his arm in pain, but he will move to first base. And that puts runners on first and second with no outs.
Next up, number 99.
And Wallace is kind of in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting who they're going to pitch against Blackstone tomorrow.
Well, who do they bring in after, do you keep this guy in or do you take him out?
Well, I don't know. Here comes down the pitch. And a nice bunt. Let's see. Are they going to get him? Yes.
Nice scoop.
They got a nice scoop. That ball was low. And I don't see how he dug that one out of the ground, but he did. And now bring up the first out.
That's a nice scoop by that first baseman.
And the thing is, that holds the runner on third base. He didn't come in. So that keeps that important run in, and that's first out, so 1 out.
Come on, big one.
So number 12, Tyler Mann is up. Lefty, here comes the pitch, and a hard hit ball to second base. He's going to throw it to second, and they're going to try to get him at home plate, and he's safe. And that'll be 6-2. Wow, I guess that was the right play, though. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Because you had to get that second out.
That second out was crucial.
I think it'd been nice if you got that lead off running and had 2 outs before that extra score, but
but the bad thing is that second baseman throw it home and then have a bad throw, and then we don't get that second out.
Wallace winds up in the pitch. This one's going to be high in there for ball 1.
So who came in for him?
Number 20.
And number 20, which is that's Tyler Almost came in. Here comes the pitch. That was in there for strike number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wallace has kind of been a little bit inconsistent, though. That's, of course, Charlotte County's, their pitching has been able to their batter's been able to capital. That was supposed to be a changeup, but didn't fall in. That one went way high, and it's in there for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. As we said earlier, though, in these all-star tournaments, you can't walk anybody. You get someone on base, and all of a sudden they can start working them around. Here comes now the pitch. That one's way low, ball 3. And Wallace is in danger of walking another runner. Well, with 2 outs, he'll probably if he walks, he'll probably stay at first base. Here comes the pitch. And that was a strike, and that brings the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Okay, I'm back with you. Sorry, I had to take care of some back-end business there.
Well, 1 strike away now. Here comes down the pitch. And it is ball number 4. And, boy, Wallace didn't want that runner to get away from him at all. That puts 2 on board. Runners on first and third.
This is Josh. What number is this kid coming up here?
Number 1. That's catcher.
Bat number 1.
Catcher.
Cody.
Yep.
So in other words, 14, they're back to the top of the batting order.
Yeah, 14 just came in then. Okay.
With 2 outs. Runners on first and third. Wallace now will look. Cody Carson will be up for Charlotte County. Cody now backs off a little bit. Now steps up to the plate in a wind-up position. Looks at runners on both first and third. Now delivers the pitch. Back, foul back, and now be in there for strike number 1. Wallace would like to get out of this inning with that 1 score if all possible.
Come close.
So who's this up bat, number 20?
No, number 1 is.
Number 1.
Thank you, appreciate it.
We're back to the top of the batting
I got a little off my thing there, so I had to...
Here comes the next pitch, way low. The runner will go down to the second base, and they're not going to even wisely not try to get him out at second. The runner on third base will come right on in on you. 1-1 now is the count with 2 outs. So here comes the pitch. And it's going to be hit right up the middle, and it gets there. Another run will score. And another run will score. So that's going to be 7-2 now is the score.
There's a
bad pitch. I mean, a bad play, but to the center fielder, and he's able to back it up, though. And boy, oh boy, when it rains, it pours. 8-2. But I got to tell you, those were caused by just mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Not trying to take away from Charlotte, but anyway, that one's going to be inside. But I got to tell you, a lot of it's been where they gotten in a lot of trouble in the pitching zone and put runners on base. And now here comes both the umpires. We can zero in on the umpire there. And the umpires are sitting there meeting.
That's what they're meeting about.
And I wonder what they're meeting about.
Probably trying to figure out what's for dinner tonight.
Charlotte's coach is pointing outward, almost if to say, we want to hit another one over the fence or something. I don't know what that was. Well, let's find out. Tim, do you know what that was all about?
No, I do not.
Damn, they're just trying to make dinner reservations tonight.
Or maybe the weather.
You eating McDonald's? I mean, I'm not eating McDonald's. You eating McDonald's?
1 ball and no
I'm eating
strikes.
what's ever thrown in front of me.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Wallace now winds up with a pitch and throws it almost into the dirt. And Wallace is having trouble, and I'm wondering what are they going to throw against Blackstone tomorrow if Charlotte pulls this one out? Because
they've only been pitching their pitchers 2 innings each. They still have all the pitchers left.
Yeah, we're only in the 3rd inning.
I know, this is still an early game, guys.
Golly,
it's hard to believe, but this game isn't. This is one of these long games.
Well, what I'm saying is, though, the way Lau will get on it and makes the 3rd and final out. We'll talk about that when we get back, folks. And so as we go in now to what are we going into the bottom of the 3rd?
Bottom of 3.
It is 8-2 in favor of Charlotte. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
Old Hogan's Hero thing.
Hogan's Heroes.
Is that Hogan's Heroes?
That is not Hogan's Heroes. That is the, what is this?
Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent Seven. Hogan's Heroes. Where did you get Hogan's Heroes at?
I've been watching.
I've been
watching a lot of World War II shows lately. You gotta realize that. I do.
Hogan's Heroes was World War II.
I do work for a German company after all.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they said if it starts lightning, they're going to stop the game.
Yeah, get that blame.
That's what he just said. That's what Blue just said. Told me.
8-2 now is the score. Here's up, Robbie.
That I believe is going to be Zach Malin, but again, I'm a little screwed with my.
Well, this pitch is kind of high and outside in there for ball number 1.
Yeah, but he really locked him down after the first inning.
Yeah.
Yep. That is true.
That was a rough first inning.
Yep. Here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball to the third baseman. He's going to try to throw it, and he makes a beautiful throw and gets the runner out at first base.
Bang, bang play.
Now that was pretty.
That was a nice play, yeah.
That was probably one of the second nice plays I've seen all day. The other one was when Blackstone played earlier today, and a guy at third base for, the other team ended up making that diving catch and then turning it around in mid-circle and getting the guy out at first.
That one there was just a little high.
Well, at any rate, that brings up the ball number 1.
I wish all number 8 there was get out of my field of view.
I know it. Here comes now the pitch from Almost. I'm going to call him almost a pitcher. That's not true. He's pitched a good game. Just teasing, though. 2 balls and no strikes. There's 1 out. Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's in there for strike number 1. 2-1 now is the count.
Dinwiddie has somebody over here warming up in the bullpen.
Yep. Here comes now the pitch. That one's going to be in there for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. And Elmo's kind of finding himself in trouble a little bit of walking a Dinwiddie runner.
Give me a shot 1.
Kind of gets back into the wind-up position now. Looks hard. This will probably be, that ball was high, and that will be a base on balls. And Dinwiddie, with only 1 out, has got a runner on board, and that's Wallace.
I believe this is Gavin Lewis coming at the bat now for Dinwiddie National.
It is, and now put Ethan Lau on deck. Storms look like they're kind of building up to the west.
Oh, yeah.
We feel safe and sound in the old white elephant here.
I feel safe.
Yeah.
Kind of like having your own press box. Here comes next the pitch. Hard hit ball to the left field, and it will drop in. And now a nice single, though. And Lewis gets on board, and that puts runners on first and second with only 1 out. Charlotte County, though, has got a big lead, 8-2. And Lau is up. He has the capability of knocking 1 out. And, boy, we've seen a lot of balls get knocked out today. Here comes the pitch. High in air for ball 1.
I see you're being forced my way as the day goes on.
And this one's going to be in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anyway, anybody wants to buy Josh Bond's home run ball, we'll sell it for $5. No, just kidding. Josh is over my dead body, buddy.
Home run.
You are not going to get.
You probably give away for a hot dog.
Oh boy, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, he says, no way no one's going to get their grubby hands on my nice home run ball that I almost won the game, actually. Here comes down a pitch, foul back, and that's going to be in there. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yep.
Nice job, baby.
Well,
You shot 6.
Almost now winds up. Here comes now the pitch and a changeup and a nice base hit and almost a diving catch by the right fielder, and that loads the bases up with one out. Well, we've seen a lot of scoring in this game. Charlotte scored first, 4 runs in the first inning. Dinwiddie came back and scored 2. Charlotte came back in the second inning and then scored 1. And then in the third inning, Charlotte Stout has scored 3.
I tell you, they can make this a heck of a ball game right now.
Yep.
1 out, base loaded.
Almost looks with 1 out. Here comes now the pitch, and that was going to be inside, ball 1. And now all of a sudden, Charlotte is kind of finding themselves trying to hit the target. Elvis winds up. Here comes the pitch. He delivers it. That one's outside. Ball number 2. Not a good time to get a walk-a-thon going, that's for sure.
No.
And let watch his lead evaporate, and it can happen real quick in this league. All right, nevertheless, 2 balls and no strikes is the count. That one's going to be high, and everybody's kind of threatening to go, but no one's going to take a chance on doing that. Not with only 1 out.
And especially 3-0 count.
That's exactly right. 3 balls and no strikes.
This batter's not going to take that bat off his shoulders.
No way. I wouldn't either. I'd glue that bat on his shoulder if I was him. All right, here comes now the pitch. And that, believe it or not, it brings it a little bit. It was a little bit low, I thought. But
still, you had to take that.
Yep,
down.
you had to take it. Well, that'll be in there for strike number 1. Here comes next pitch, way low, and that will walk a run in. And Charlotte, for the first time in years, have a walk-a-thon going, and that's something that you don't see.
It's easy to get into, and they're having a talk.
Tim, you didn't see last year. Charlotte was so dominant. They had about 3.
Dinwiddie National was very dominant too, though.
But so was, that's right, so was Dinwiddie National.
I still that first game on DVD. It's probably one of the best games I've seen in many years. The wrong pipe.
Are you talking about?
Is John dying down there?
Oh, that's me. He's dying. Actually.
No.
Yes.
Don't worry. If I die, you can take over, Tim.
Drinking too much. What are you drinking?
Soda.
He's drinking soda.
See, he knows.
All right, here comes now the pitch from Elmos, and that one's going to be low, ball 1. He's having a heck of a time trying to hit the strike zone.
Oh, yeah, you know these batters are getting straight take signs until he throws a first ball strike on him.
Yeah, or at least shows that he can throw strikes consistently.
So it's 8-3 is the score. That one's high. And how many has he thrown in a row, Robbie?
That is 6.
Yeah, 6.
So he's thrown 6 balls right in a row.
He had a strike here, though.
I know he had a strike in there somewhere, but I lost count. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Here comes down the pitch, way high. Once again, that's in there for ball 3.
He's releasing too high and not bending his back now. He's just using nothing but arm.
I saw a little bit of
lightning there.
Ball, yeah.
3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes down the pitch, in the ground. And one thing that brings and walks in another run, and all of a sudden they cut their lead in half. Now it's 8-4.
They're going to make that pitch and change. They're going to make that pitch and change.
Well, that'll be interesting. This will be this will be Charlotte's third pitcher, isn't it? Third pitcher? Yep.
Pitcher number 3.
And they will do that. So while the pitcher will warm up, we will warm up by taking a break. So right now, as a pitching change, it's 8-4 right now with 1 out right here at the bottom of the third. It is 8-4 in favor of Charlotte. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
These These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile, located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
Back here at Linhart Field, it's the Dinwiddie Nationals going up against Charlotte, and Charlotte now is leading 8-4, but they've seen their lead kind of dwindle down a little bit here. Actually, Elmo's got kind of in pitching trouble, and now they're bringing Strickland in to see if he can continue to keep his lead. Well, we got a left-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes down the pitch. This one's going to be low for ball number one. So that brings up one ball and no strikes.
I believe it's Toby Puckett the bat for the Dinwiddie
Yes, it is.
team.
Tim, you got a great memory up there. I love it. Here comes down the next pitch. That one's going to be close, and he calls that a ball, though. 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll get some pitching stats from Robbie in just a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of innings got blown because of some probably earlier.
Yep. That one's going to be a little bit low, ball 3. And boy, oh boy, suddenly Charlotte
can't buy a strike.
No.
Is gotten in serious problems here. And that is finally in there for strike number 1. The trouble is, though, he lobbed that one in there.
With this hitting team,
actually anybody on the Blackstone team could have just taken that one to the trees.
Home run ties the game up.
Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be swing and a miss, strike 2, and that brings the count to full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, if he hits a home run right now, that's 4 runs. That's a tie ball game all of a sudden. That changes things dramatically.
Well, it could happen. Just remember what happened in the first game.
Yeah.
3 balls and 2 strikes. He got 1 out. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that brings up out number 2. Well, that was an important out, actually.
Oh, yeah. That was crucial. I mean, crucial.
This is Lance Dalton. We're being in relation to Ryan Dalton.
I doubt it. So let's see what Lance can do for Dinwiddie. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be in there for for ball number 1.
Yeah, that one went a little high and outside. And
folks, my voice is getting a little bit raspy. All that hollering I did in the first game.
I tell you, for as little as this guy is, he sure does got some.
Yep. Here comes a hard hit ball, and this one will get through and go all the way to the fence. We got 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and now they get the guy in a pickle. He slides down there. They will get him out, but not before. How many runs will score?
3 runs come in.
3 runs.
3 runs will score, and that's 7-8. And now Dinwiddie Nationals coach is kind of looking at the umpire and saying, "Do what? You dare call him my man out?" But anyway, well,
replay.
Well, 5 runs score in that inning.
I got it on film right here.
5 runs score in that inning, and 1 man actually, once they left on, they got in the pickle, and now that cuts the lead cuts the lead only to 1. And now as we go to the top of the 4th, it is 8-7 in favor of Charlotte. We will be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Oh, the rain started.
Uh-oh. Here comes the rain. There's a song to that.
Wow. Well, we're here in the fourth, so they're going to. I wonder if they would make that official if they call it on rain.
Oh, that'd be disappointing with Dinwiddie, though.
Dinwiddie would be unhappy.
There would be a ride at the end of the field here, I think.
Well, they would have to come up to bat first.
Here comes the pitch. That's going to be in there for ball number 1.
Is this number 8, Josh Jones, by the way, at the bat? I think I see number 8.
I don't know.
Yep, I see number 8, Josh Jones.
Josh Jones is pitching. Here comes the pitch from Wallace, way in the dirt.
2 balls.
And boy, both of these pitchers are like 2 boxers that are in the,
Well, that's
15th round.
Wallace is pitching, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Wallace is pitching.
Josh Jones at the bat should be, I believe. That's the exact.
Here comes Wallace down, winds up the pitch. That one looked pretty good, though.
Oh, yeah, that was right down the gut.
Then there is strike number 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. He's pitching from the stretch. Wallace kind of steps up, winds up, pitches. Ooh, that ball was not good. Inside for ball number 3, 3 balls and 1 strike. And oh boy, we don't want to put runners on board now.
I think you help it.
And that one's going to be a hard hit ball. Nice shot to left center. And the left fielder makes a good, for Dinwiddie National, makes a good run and holds him to first base.
You know, I got to say, like I said, we haven't really seen the great pitching out of either one of these teams, but what we have seen is some really good hitting.
Oh, yeah.
I think whoever these 2 teams play is going to have to hit and hit consistently in order to keep up with them.
Oh, yeah,
no doubt about that.
I don't think you can be able to pitch it past these guys consistently.
Well, anyway, runner on first base with no outs. Here comes now the pitch. And Wallace pitches that one, and that one's going to be in there for ball 1. That looked a little bit low, Robbie.
Gotcha. That was a little bit low. A little low and outside.
Turn to 2, boys.
I think this is Nick Zumber up the bat now, I think.
So we got 1 ball.
Oh, he chased that one.
And that one's going to be in there. Strike number 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. You wouldn't change bats now. See if that one's about any. Trouble is, with no outs, got 1 runner at the bag on first base. Wallace winds up. He delivers a pitch, and that's a bunt. That one is going to go foul, being hit for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Elgato sounds the ball game here. Right here at the top of the 4th.
Yeah. And we're going to see, I think we're going to see a preview of what we're going to see tomorrow. Like I said, a lot of hitting tomorrow from both these teams, I think.
Yep.
Farmville better watch out.
Yep. It was going to be inside. And the thing is, it's going to be interested to see how Farmville does with their pitching because they used up a lot of pitching today.
Well, they don't have, I'm telling you what, Farmville does not have the hitting depth of either one of these teams.
Oh, I agree. Wallace will wind up. Here comes the pitch. And that is going to be a fantastic play by the third baseman for the second out. That ball was almost hit in the hole, but the third baseman was able to back up and just almost over his head caught that ball, and what a beautiful play.
That frees that. Oh. Gee, you think they're going to, hey, I was looking now. It's all time.
Everybody running.
No, everyone's freezing.
Nobody wants to stop this game, but you got to be safe at the same time.
It's a pain to make DVDs on stop game. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Everybody running over here on my side.
Here comes now the wind up and a pitch. Swing and a miss.
This is Kendrick. No, this is Reed, isn't it?
This is number 20.
Oh, that is Elmos.
Yeah.
So no balls and one strike with one out.
They're bouncing over one. I don't know who's who.
One run difference separate these two teams. Charlotte's winning 8-7. Here comes now the pitch.
That's number 11. This is,
and that one is going to be inside. Ball number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of thunder going on out here.
The storm is coming.
They got the.
That one's going to be.
They got the tractor ready to go ahead and throw that tarp over the fence.
Oh yeah, he's got it gassed up, man, ready to go.
Oh yeah. He's already getting ready to put it in the bucket.
Yeah, I'm over there holding this DVD as long as I can before I want to split a second DVD.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Oh, beautiful.
Swing and a miss.
I tell you, this Wallace, he really surprises these hitters.
Yeah. Well, that brings the count 2-2.
Please take cover. Safety of your vehicles.
Okay, now they're calling us inside.
Yeah.
Tim, I think we should lower the top of the DVD tent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you might want to come in here since we're going to have lightning bolts flying everywhere.
Yeah.
So with that, what we're going to do is we're going to...
for our DVD watchers, I'm going to end this DVD, and when we come back, hopefully we'll continue the game. For the guys watching on the stream, sit back, chill out, watch.
We'll go to DVD number 2 after the storm passes, if they still continue the game. So we'll be right, folks that are streaming. Well, we're just going to have the stream going, and we'll just go ahead and play some music, and we will be back in a little bit on the Southside Sports Radio Network and also WPEX.